No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We are live broadcasting from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon, welcoming you to an abridged version of Hard Facts. Don't forget, I beg to differ. Students' competition continues today, all through the week, of course. And 32 debaters. Only one person will emerge winner at the end of the second round of season 8. My name is Maryann Okon. Welcome to Hard Facts. Now, I did promise that we're going to be talking about the NIN. Last week, we had that complaint. And the fact that there's a report also from the Premium Times newspaper about the fact that people are connecting to our NIN unknown to us. And this is supposed to be more like, might not be necessarily, but a social security number per se. But now people are, connecting to it. And I did say that I was going to bring the NIMC here to kind of give us an understanding as to why that is the case. And well, I know that we were expecting the spokesperson of the NIMC, but I think we got one better. I'm being joined by Dr. Adegoke, and he is... let me get his designation right, please, so that he will not run away. Dr. Alvin was to join us last minute, but he is the head strategy and program office for the NIMC. And for those of you who do not know, the NIMC is in charge of the NIN. Of course, that's supposed to be some secret number that is known to only you, and a lot of things are tied to it. So if you have to open a bank account, you need your NIN. You want to, I think the last time that we were asked, I think you need your NIN also for your driver's license and all of those things. It's supposed to be something that makes you a full-blooded Nigerian, recognized in the books, in the data, bank, that you are Nigerian. But then there seems to be a problem. I did tell you last week that there was a story by the Premium Times newspaper about a lady who was frustrated by several calls from a loan shark company saying that she took some money from them and she's not paid back. And she was wondering, at what point did I do this when I was dead? But then she got to find out that someone had connected his or her phone number to her NIN. And that's how, she got contacted. Anyway, let me introduce my guest. Dr. Adegoke is joining us live from the Federal Capital Territory. Doctor, thank you so much. I know how we had to kick and scream and drag you into this conversation. Good afternoon. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
For the benefit of those who do not necessarily know what the NIMC is about, just briefly intimate my listeners, because of course everyone who's listening does know what an NIN is, but they do not know what the NIMC is.
All right, so the NIMC, meaning an acronym for the National Identity Management Commission, is an agency of government that is charged with the responsibility of issuing or managing identity in Nigeria, and in doing so, it has the responsibility of issuing the national identification number, issuing general multi-purpose card, authentication and verification, including, of course, harmonization and integration of databases in Nigeria. So that's what we're about.
Now, the last time that the spokesperson for the NIN was here, Mr. Adegoke, he did hint about a different identity card of sorts, where you could link your bank account to and several other things. But he did say it was optional. I'd like to know if that card is live now. Is it something that Nigerians can just go on your website and register to get?
Not yet. We are several weeks away from the live card. So when it comes out, of course, Nigeria.
Can I ask a favor, Dr. Koko? It's very difficult for us to hear you. I don't know if it's the headphone but it's not allowing your audio to come out great. Maybe you might want to lose the headphone. That way we can hear you clearly. Is it possible so that we can hear you clearly?
Very, very possible, but I thought with this, that you could also be able to mute some noise away from, because I'm not
because of where you are. Okay, so let's talk about.
If that's fine, if you don't mind the noise in the background.
Well, we'll manage this. We'll manage this. So let's go straight into it. The average Nigerian is wondering, after this report by the Premium Times newspaper, let me just, give you a bit of a background, and I'm sure that the NIMC must have seen this. Sometime early this year, a lady called Nimot Shekoni received a call from an agent representing a popular loan app, asking her to pay off a loan or risk embarrassment, or that her face was going to be published. At first, she thought it was a case of mistaken identity, obviously, and she, shrugged it off. But then the calls continuously came all through the month of January. And she had to call the loan app to find out exactly who took this loan in her name. Now, the loan shark said that the loan had been taken using her phone number, and that the number was linked to her national identity number. Or rather, it wasn't her phone number, it was her NIN, but that the phone number was linked to her NIN. And so it was her name that was showing up as the person who received the loan. Now, for the average person, this is a mix of emotions, because I'm thinking that my NIN is safe. I remember the grueling process. For people like me, I got my NIN before I became famous. It was, the NIMC came to our office and we did it years ago, maybe 2015, I can't remember. But then Nigerians had to, under Pantami, line up under the rain, in the sun, to make sure that they got their NIN. And this was one thing that we were told was going to help us to protect our information, was also going to help the government to fight Boko Haram. But here we are in 2025. Nigerians are linking phone numbers to our NIN unbeknown to us. And the bigger question is, how is this possible?
Okay, let me start by saying that did it achieve the purpose for which it was done in the first instance? Did it help in tackling insecurity in Nigeria? Yes, it helped in tackling insecurity in Nigeria.